So, I've had something on my mind for a long time. Something that's bothered me the most about the fitness industry. I've never made a video about it before. I've never complained about it before online or publicly. This is definitely the first time I've ever done that. And realistically, this is the first time I've ever done anything like this before. But this needs to be said. And I'm sure a lot of people out there already know this, but unfortunately, most of the people do not, and most of the people get taken advantage of. There is a whole bunch of people, online trainers, that claim, online trainers and even trainers in person, but this is basically for online trainers. This is where it happens the most. Online trainers, for the most part, are the worst. I am sure there are some good ones, some honest ones out there, but the majority of them just want your money. And here's why. They post all kinds of pictures of themselves on their Instagram, which is absolutely fine. They show themselves being ripped. They show themselves in the absolute best shape possible, which is what you want to do if you want to get clients. You offer these crazy diets and these crazy programs. I'm saying that you're going to get shredded in 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, 3 months, 4 months, whatever it is. You're going to look like me in that amount of time. If you eat these foods, if you do this amount of cardio, if you do this weight training program, you're going to look like me in 12 weeks, brother. The part that they leave out, and I have absolutely nothing against doing what they do. I'm going to say what it is, and then I'll explain what I just said. Most of the people out there that are doing this, that are ripped on Instagram, and you can tell, if you've been involved in the fitness industry at all, you can tell. These people are also taking some form of performance-enhancing drug. Some form of steroid, some form of testosterone, some form of helper. And I have absolutely no problem with that. None whatsoever. When used correctly and not abused, it is a tremendous help with your bodybuilding regimen. However, the problem I have with it is the people out there that take people's money and say, you're going to look like me. Send me $100. I'll send you a diet and I'll send you my program. And in 12 weeks, 16 weeks, whatever it is, you have some results, but you look nothing like that person at all. And it's because they don't tell you, hey, I'm also taking this PED. I'm also taking this performance enhancing drug. It makes a world of difference in a 12-week program if you're taking some sort of PED and the person you're training is not. So to me, that's false advertisement. That's taking people's money. There's absolutely no way, and I don't care what you say. There's maybe 1% of the population out there that has those genetics that can look like that without doing anything. But it is not the 10 million online trainers that are on Instagram. Maybe one of them is able to do it without performance enhancing drugs. But odds are you're not going to be able to do it. That's the part that bothers me. I've had multiple friends get caught up in this and then come to me and be like, how come this didn't work for me like it worked for him? And I'll be like, well, looking at that guy, he's definitely taking this, that, or the other thing. If you don't want to admit that you're taking it, that's fine. Don't admit it, but don't scam people out of their money, man. It is sickening. Be realistic. Tell people the realistic results they're going to get with your program. I'm not a trainer by any stretch of the imagination. I help a lot of people. I've been around the fitness industry for the last 13 years. I've been lucky enough to learn from some of the best bodybuilders Canada's ever had, and even some from the United States. But I've been lucky enough to learn from some of the top IFBB pros that Canada has ever produced. And they have taught me a lot. They've explained to me everything they know about PEDs, everything they know about bodybuilding, everything they know about dieting, cardio, weight training programs, everything. I've done years of research on bodybuilding.com and other various websites like T-Nation. I've read Arnold Schwarzenegger's encyclopedia. I have so many books on like German training and everything you could possibly imagine. I have and read over the years. So I'm not saying I know everything, because I absolutely don't, but I know a little bit, and I'm able to help people, and I will give people the realistic results they can expect to have. I will also tell them if they want to use some form of PED, that is totally up to them, and it will absolutely help you with your training. But if you don't want to do it, that's fine as well. That's totally up to you, but you won't get the same results, or you definitely won't get them as fast. I don't care if people use them. I don't care if people don't. It makes absolutely no difference whatsoever, but you need to be honest with the people. You don't want to take their money and give them unrealistic results. My wife is a 2-time nationally qualified bodybuilder and women's physique competitor, and she competed clean both times. She did not win any of the competitions she entered, but she placed because she dieted hard and she looked as good as you could possibly look for being natural. She had one of the best trainers ever. Weekly check-ins, weekly diets, weekly training program updates. IFBB Pro Tracy Lee McDonald. She's originally from Cape Breton, but she moved to California like 20-something years ago and never came home. She's come home for the competitions and whatnot. She turned pro maybe 10 or so, 8 years ago, somewhere in that range. 8 to 10 years ago, I believe, she turned pro in figure? Yeah, she's a figure IFBB pro. She also competed in bodybuilding and fitness, I believe, too. I could be wrong on that, but I think I have footage of that. Anyway, her trainer trained her naturally for as hard as you could possibly go. And I have so much footage of it. She was dying most of the time just because it's so hard. It happened to a friend of mine recently, and he told me about it, and it really upset me. And I had to finally say something. It's probably going to mean absolutely nothing to most people out there, but it has to be said. For people out there that are watching this video, that are looking at them, am I going to look like that person in 8 to 12 weeks? No, you're not. Not unless you're doing some performance-enhancing drug. You will change. All of those Instagram trainers, all of those Facebook trainers, YouTube trainers, whatever. They send you stuff, you follow it to a T, even without PEDs. Your body is 100% going to change. It's just not going to look like them in that amount of time. I'm not saying don't do it, because most of these people are fantastic and know what they're talking about. They just leave out that most important part. So still do it, but just have realistic results. Have realistic results that you're going to get in mind. Don't think you're going to look like that without that extra help. You will look fantastic. Your body will begin to change. You will lose that weight. You will gain muscle, but it won't be like that. And you have to stick to whatever it is you are doing 100% of the time. Dieting is the most important part. Okay, I'm going to end the video there. That's my biggest pet peeve with the fitness industry. Trainers telling people they're going to look a certain way in a certain amount of time, but leaving out the fact that they need to do PEDs in order to look like that. And again, I have nothing against PEDs. When used correctly, they are a tremendous help, but don't lie to the customers. Don't lead them down a false path thinking they're going to look a certain way when they're going to look a different way. I don't know. That really, really bothers me that people take other people's money and then do that. That's my rant for the day. I'm done.